Good morning, everyone. Let's give everybody some time to jump in this morning. We had quite a few people register this week, which is nice. Dee is here. Avanice is here. Ready, said hello to you guys. Only a few people in so far, but that's okay. So we are going to go ahead and get started today. This is one of those workshops where it's going to be less about you doing and more about me showing something that you can do. And I want to teach you how to do it. This is kind of I hesitate to say more of an advanced topic. It's not really an advanced topic. I am not a video producer. However, AI is helping me and our team to be decent at video production using AI. So I really want to show you kind of the behind the scenes of how I created our commercials. And I'm going to start off by showing you one or two of our commercials. And then I want to go through the tool that we used to build it and how we actually did it. Now, you can get access to these tools for relatively inexpensive, but I'm going to point out right at the top that I pay for a Google AI Ultra plan, which luckily for me, Google has dropped the price. When do they do that, right? When are they like, oh, you're paying us $250 a month. We're going to bring it down to $100. How's that sound, right? Like that's happening and that's amazing. So, yeah, so we're the AI Ultra plan is $100. You don't need the AI Ultra plan to do what we're doing today. And I can show you, you just need, at least I think it's $7.99 Google AI plan, like a pro plan, AI Pro, I think it's called. And then you can use the Gemini app. I think it's Gemini Pro, actually. You can use the Gemini app to create your clips. And I'm going to go through all of this today. And then you need a tool like CapCut or some type of video editor, basic video editor, to actually splice the clips together. All a commercial is a series of clips, scenes, right? You're making scenes. And so all of our scenes are 10 seconds or less in every one of our videos. So before we get going, hey, Clovis, I see you here. Awesome. Let me know if anybody else jumps in who's here watching. And then I'm going to kind of go behind the scenes. All right. So fair enough. So for the next minute and a half, we will be watching a video, which I am going to start in about 3, 2, 1.
Triad business owners, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point. I need to talk to you, and I need to do it now before my wife asks why I'm talking to a mirror again. Every Friday morning, I host a free webinar. We've covered AI chatbots, AI websites, AI agents, AI for service businesses, AI for people who still print their emails. Yes, Linda, I see you. Come to the webinar, Linda. Last month, 34,000 feet over Tennessee. American Airlines Wi-Fi. 3 sentences. 3. Full website. Before the snack cart reached row 12. Thank you, American Airlines. Thank you, Tiny Pretzels. Friday webinars to teach you. Brain dumps to map your business. Team training. Speaking gigs. JourneyBuilder. You make money. Stop overthinking it. Come to a Friday webinar. Book a brain dump. Try JourneyBuilder. Go to the website. Or don't, and keep watching your nephew get rich on TikTok. Your call. I should probably finish shaving.
All right. So today we're going to go through kind of how I made that, right? How I made the commercial. Hope you guys love it. I'll show you 2 others as we go. I might just pop in just to kind of refresh and liven things up. I hope you like it. And I'm going to give you all the inside details on this. And before we go too deep into that, I do want to thank you, Clovis. Thank you, Avanice. I do want to go through a just kind of the next couple weeks. As I was planning our webinars out, thank you, Dee. As I was planning the and Heather, if you want to throw those up, I'll take any positive, happy comments on here. But next week I was like, oh, Friday webinar, and then I was like, oh, it's July 3rd. I don't know how many people are going to be like not working next Friday because of the 4th of July weekend. So I pivoted again. We are going to be doing a webinar, but for those awesome people that were on last week's like live Zoom like talk to each other, ask me anything deep dive, we're going to do that again next week because I don't want to do a full webinar on a day that I just think a lot of people are probably maybe traveling or leaving work early or just not in the mood. Next week, we're going to go back to the community style live feed. So we're going to be promoting it all week, but getting more people in the community, letting them know that they can jump in. Dee, Avenues, you guys were able to do that last week. And so it's going to be like that. So we'll be talking, we'll be interacting, answering questions. Maybe we'll cover some of the stuff that I go over today. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back to this regular format. And I'm going to do an entire workshop on how to use AI for your operations, right? Too often we talk about using AI in our marketing, creating images for social, creating social posts, creating graphics, creating video, writing emails, building a website with a prompt, right? All these things for marketing. Well, a lot of us also have a business to run that involves more than marketing. I'm a marketing guy, so obviously that's where I gravitated towards. There are over 50. Yes, that link there should allow you to join the community and be on our live next week. There are over 50 operational tasks that you're going to get a handout for, and I'm going to go through and tell you exactly what tool you need to do these tasks. Some of them do require JourneyBuilder, not all of them, not even JourneyBuilder. Some of them require like an AI and automation platform like JourneyBuilder. So of course we'll give the 30-day free trial for JourneyBuilder if you guys are so inclined or interested in some of those. But a lot of them can be done in Claude or Gemini or with agents. And JourneyBuilder just released last night. We released super agents. I'm going to be talking about it all this next week. Super agents are now making JourneyBuilder even greater. And we're going to be playing with them. It just came out yesterday. So everybody will be able to get that in their accounts very, very soon. All right, let's talk about how I do these videos. All right. Now I do have my notes so I can follow along. I am going to come back and check on comments periodically. I think RC just put in today's download. So the ad that you guys just watched, the ad that I just played for everyone, right? Guess what? No camera, no actors, no film crew. There was a bit of an editing suite, but nothing like Adobe Premiere Pro or some fancy schmancy video editor. I just used a tool called Google Flow, and I made it on my laptop. That one, I think that one took about 10 hours to do. All in all, I did it over a few sittings, but it was about 10 hours to do a 1.5-minute commercial. Okay. Now, but here's the thing. Like we used Google Gemini Omni, which is the new video model. But the cool thing about these AI videos is that you can patch your scenes together, these 10-second scenes. So the tool can't make that all in one shot, right? It only does 10 seconds at a time. So I'm going to show you how we do it, but you guys might be like, well, 10 hours. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of time. You know what it would take an actual film crew to do that commercial? It would take at least 2 full days of filming, probably another week or 2 of editing, and then, getting it all ready. I mean, and it would cost thousands upon thousands of dollars for a 1.5-minute well-produced commercial. right? But I didn't record, like I did not stand in front of a mirror with a razor talking to the mirror saying those lines. I did not do that. My car does not have the license plate JI, although good idea. I'm just not that into personalized plates. You know, I don't own the pair of sunglasses that I put on in the car. I don't have a whiteboard or that office, right? All of it was AI generated. I was AI generated. One of the cool things about Google Omni is that you can create your own avatar, your look, your voice, everything. So I want to talk about Gemini Omni first. And I'm going to go ahead and open up and share my screen to Google Flow. Let me share my screen. Hi from Mumbai. That's awesome. We've got somebody from Mumbai on here today. Very, very cool. Thank you for joining us. Let's share my screen here, just so you guys can see Google Flow. Google Flow is Google's video editing tool. Okay, so while that watches, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the newest model. Their video model, it was called VO3 and VO3.1, and then Google, like we see them do every week, they update, and here it is, Gemini Omni Flash. If I go back to that, yeah, so Gemini Omni Flash. So you can do like cinematic editing. It's the greatest, I think, one of the greatest video generation models that AI offers. And let me give you some details on that. It was announced recently. I just lost my notes. Goodness gracious, I'm sorry. Okay. There it is. Here it comes. There we go. So Google's newest AI video model is Omni. It was announced May 19th. It's been out a month and a week. I built the first commercial on May 22nd, or I finished it May 22nd, my next, or 21st. Then I did one on the 22nd. Then I did another one on the 27th. And those were the 3 commercials that I built. I've since gotten so busy with other things. I'm trying to produce commercial number 4. But Omni means any input, right? So you can feed it text, photos, audio, existing videos, anything you want, any content you have, and it can make or edit video from that content. So you could record yourself on your phone and then put it in, and then you can have it generate things based on that video. VO was the model prior to that, and now Omni is replacing that. So don't get too hung up on the names. Just Omni is, hopefully they stick with that. It's kind of like their image creator is Nano Banana. We always talk about these names, but it will edit your videos by a conversation. So remember how I showed you how you can build websites in JourneyBuilder just by a prompt, like a conversation, just by configuring a sentence, right? And you use ChatGPT and Claude and all these just by conversation. Well, most AI video tools will make a clip and then just kind of hand it to you. And if you want to change something, you have to start over. Well, Omni allows you to keep the chat open, and it keeps the scene in memory. So you can say, make the lighting warmer, or show the product from a different camera angle, or, make it, remove the Coca-Cola can on the desk, whatever, and it can do it. It generates audio natively. So all your voiceovers, sound effects, music are built into the video. So they're not put on after. So you don't have to worry about dubbing the voice into it. Now, I will say by default, it did not get my voice right. So we actually, I have a trick I'll show you. We had to record, I had to record myself speaking, and then turn that into a video file, and then say, use this for video, for the audio reference. And I'll show you that in a minute. Again, today's workshop, guys, if you're watching, it's not going to be one that you're going to open up your computer and go do this, right? It's more of me just showing you like some of the things that's like possible right now. So I wouldn't worry too much about taking notes or trying to follow along. Just kind of watch and see, and I'll show you how I was able to do this. Every video is watermarked. So it is AI, and it can be you using the AI avatar feature. So it created a digital version of me that looks and sounds like me. I don't think the sound is, like I said, just right yet, but you have to actually record yourself on your phone to set it up. So what I mean by that, if you guys see up here, if I go to manage avatar, see, so it's got this avatar that I did, and I can replace it. I can update my avatar with a new avatar if I want to. And what it'll do is it puts up a QR code on the screen, and I have to scan that QR code. And then whenever I want to use my avatar in the conversation when I'm building, I type @me, and it uses my avatar, right? So you have to like look to the left, look to the right. There's a few things that you have to do to use your avatar. I did just get news. I talked to you guys about Google Vids recently. I think in the last couple of weeks, you know, you have Google Docs, you have Google Sheets, Google Slides, and I told you guys that Google Vids is Google's video editing tool that's part of Google Workspace. If you guys haven't used it yet, it's great. And I learned this morning or last night, sometime in the last 24 hours, I learned that Google is releasing the ability to create and use avatars in Google Vids. So I have a feeling you won't need Google Flow. You'll be able to do everything I'm going to show you today in Google Flow using Google Vids, which is included in your Workspace account. RC, if you can grab the link to Google Vids, or Heather, I think it's just like Google. I don't remember what it is, but it's part of Workspace. If you type Google Vids, you'll get the link, and maybe you can share it. And if you have Google Workspace, you can use it. It's a good video editor. But I'm super excited about the fact that, you know, the problem that you guys might have in your marketing or creating videos, you know, the wall that you kept going up against or might go up against all the time was never the idea. I'm sure you have plenty of good ideas, right? But it was the production. Oh gosh, I can't afford a video crew. I don't know how to write the script. I just don't even know, like, all the production or the costs associated with it, right? You might have an idea. You're like, oh, this would be a great ad. And then it was like, but filming it was time and money and gear and cameras, and Omni just knocks it flat, right? You describe the ad you want to create, it shoots the ad. And because you can edit it by your conversation in the chat, you don't need to know any single editing program. So you just talk to it, and that's the unlock. Okay. So I'm gonna be straight with you about the costs here. I did mention it a little bit. The plan that you will need is not the most expensive Google plan to use this. You can actually, for I think it's $7.99 a month, you can get AI Plus, Google AI Plus. There's also Google AI Pro, which I think is $19.99 a month. And then Google AI Ultra, which you can't sign up for right now today. I think it's about a week out. I think I think it's like the first week of July. And that's going to be $100 a month. And like I said, I've been paying $250, so I'm looking forward to paying $100. And I pay it twice because I pay it for RC as well. The Google Vids, when I talked about the Google Vids, the avatar for that is coming no sooner than July 14th. So we're still 2.5 weeks away from being able to replace Flow. I think they're changing, like, Flow is going to be a separate product in this, and I don't want to get you confused with the names. But if you have any questions, ask me in the community, and we can follow along. All right. Let's see. All right. So here's how I made some commercials. Let me go to my projects. All right. And I'm going to open up one of my full projects. I think this one is the shaving one that I showed you. Let me double check. Yes, it is. Okay. This is what it looks like when you come into the studio. And if you go, I can cut this down. All right. This is actually where I work. So everybody see this. Let me come back and make sure there's no questions about where we're at so far. Okay, cool. Oh, look at that. In India, you get 1,000 Google Flow credits for free. Oh, man. That's cool. Very, very cool. All right. Here we go. Oh, and thank you, Heather, for putting the Google Vids link in there. All right. So this is, you're going to see some really funny things. And you probably see, like, you didn't even see this scene in here, right? And then I don't know why I threw this. I think I was going to try to throw it. I do know. I was going to try to show you the website I built in the commercial, but it made it so long. I had to trim it down. And there was one thing where it like created this t-shirt on me that said JATY, J-A-T-Y instead of just J. The pretzels, if you notice the pretzels, it says like retples, right? So you can tell there's subtle things. And I always like the subtle like issues that still call it out as AI, or somebody could identify it as AI. They're like, you call them Easter eggs. I like those. All my videos are designed to be funny. I always want to be funny and not take myself too seriously. So if somebody says that AI, first of all, there's a synth ID tag that says it's AI. I could never pass that off as actually being not AI. But I'm yes, absolutely, it's AI. Like, look what I can do in 10 hours of my life that would save me thousands and thousands of dollars, and I can share it anywhere now. So, all right. Every time I click back over to my notes, it like goes back to page 1. Okay. So in my commercial, if you guys saw the commercial, do you guys remember what the ad was selling? Go ahead and put it in the chats if anybody remembers what the ad was selling. It wasn't really selling anything. That's a hint. But what was I promoting? Nobody? Maybe the comments are just taking a second to come through. Anybody remember? I think there was only 5 people on at that time, and now we're double that. So maybe. Hello, Kira Paris. Avenis, thank you. Yes, JourneyBuilder. And I also was talking about the webinars every Friday, right? And AI. Okay. Yep. JourneyBuilder. Kira, thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad you're here today. Yes. So it was. I talked about how JourneyBuilder was the platform that you can use it to do AI and automation, but the Friday webinars were a good place to start. I had that checklist, but yes, JourneyBuilder was. So, all right, here we go. What I did is, and I like using this to build everything. So you might want to write this down. And actually, let me go over to Claude real quick and share my screen with Claude. I want to show you guys how I write the script for these videos. I do them in Claude. All right. And let me see if I did it under actually, you know what? Let me just search. Search all my chats. Okay. Perfect. June 6th, 2024. No, it would have been more recent than that. Filter by. No. 1 second. April, March, April, May, 5th, May, 2025. Oh, was that January? Oh, it's not Harmon Brothers. Maybe, I mean, that was 2024, but it's similar. I can show you this. So guys, I want you to write down Harmon Brothers, Harmon, and then Brothers. The Harmon Brothers have written some of the greatest, in my opinion, ads for products on the internet. Like their YouTube videos are legendary. You may have heard of some products like Chatbooks. Chatbooks is a thing that takes the pictures from your phone and builds them into a printable book and ships it to your house. Classic commercial there. Squatty Potty. Yes, I said that. The Squatty Potty. If anybody ever saw that ad, it's hysterical. It's like a little stand that you put your feet on when you're going to the bathroom. And it's supposed to help make things move easier, right? But hysterical commercials. But I love their writing style. I love that style of ad. So what I do, and I don't know where I put the copy. Anyway, what I do is I really want to find that chat, but inside the chat, let me go back. I'm going to find it because I really need, here it is, funny commercial script. Here it is, May 31st. Okay. All right. Perfect. This is it. So scene 3A. I'll show you exactly. Let me just go to the top and I'll show you the initial script because I go through some iterations sometimes. Okay. I want to create a really funny video commercial for why someone should get a free 30-day trial to our JourneyBuilder software. It should have all the elements of a Harmon Brothers style video where it is full of silly scenes, amazing copy that keeps people laughing and engaged, and always has one more end clip after the main call to action that ties it all together. Chatbooks does this very well in this video. In our video, I just need the prompt story ideas for Google Flow. I want to show myself blah, 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 right? So if you do copy, and I'm going to paste this into the chat. It may be super long, but if you guys can copy it, it'll be a good way to start the prompt. Actually, I want to do all of this. I'm going to try this, putting this in the chat. But obviously you'll want to change the product of what you're promoting. You're not trying to promote a 30-day trial to JourneyBuilder. Now, if you guys want to make a commercial promoting a 30-day free trial to JourneyBuilder, be my guest. But let's try to see if this fits in the chat. I'm not sure it's going to totally fit in the chat, but we're going to try it. Yeah, it didn't quite fit in there. Might have made it 2. But anyway, you guys should get that in the comments now. We can always give you the prompt, and it's not even perfect. So what I said here is I want to show myself, Jay, the AI guy, having trouble finding local Greensboro area businesses. This is a different commercial, by the way. I can show you this commercial. Show myself having trouble finding local Greensboro area businesses because the owner's websites suck. It isn't their fault. They try to do it themselves using tools that are built for people who design websites, not people who whatever they do. It should always end in disaster. But one business owner who finally used JourneyBuilder's AI Studio to build their site was able to get it right, and they have a line all the way out the door, and the phone is ringing off the hook, and their calendar is full. Then maybe cut back to one of the business owners that didn't take advantage of the 30-day trial after the call to action scene. He is falling asleep at his desk, no business, no customers, and Jay still can't find him. I'm open to more ideas. Please generate a great story idea in the style. So it generated a entire script of or ideas of a scene with the narrator, right? And it just gave up. Okay. And it shows driving scenes, terrible mock-ups and sites and disaster websites. Shows a salon of a woman named Karen. It's got my pitch. There's a stinger. That's what it's called at the end when it comes back after the main call to action and like JourneyBuilder shows up on the screen. Then it goes back to show one of the people I referenced earlier. It's called a stinger, where you go back. And I didn't know that that was called a stinger, but video people do. And I'm going to show you guys that commercial. Hold on a second, the chat. I'm going to show you guys that commercial, and then this way you guys can see what I'm talking about here. And then I just actually it had put about a credit card on file, no credit card required. When you sign up for our trial, you do need a credit card. So I had to take that out. So we just kind of went back and edited it. And then I said, I need title, scene, dialogue, and transition. And each scene is 10 seconds or less. Okay. So now let me show you the other commercial. This is, I told you I'd show you all three today. And let me stop sharing real quick. Oh, and RC is going to kill me because I put my little self video on the right hand side and not in the bottom corner. All right, next commercial. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the one. Let's try this. I'll be back in a minute and 36 seconds.
Somewhere is a plumber who can fix my toilet before my wife leaves me. His website says he's open, the map says he's closed, his phone number to a fax machine. A fax machine! It's not their fault for people who design websites, not people who fix your errand July. I respect the hustle, Gary. I do not respect the website. This is Linda. Linda makes the best cinnamon rolls in Guilford County. Linda should not be building websites. Linda, I can't order from you. I want to order from you. Linda, please. Marcus has been building this website for 8 months. My phone gave up trying to load it. My phone. The thing I charge every single night. Gone. This is a real website with actual hours. A real phone number? Online booking?
This is Karen. 3 weeks ago, she answered 3 questions about her business. JourneyBuilder's AI studio built the rest. Now, half of Greensboro is trying to get an appointment.
Is this the place I found online?
Sure is.
I'll take 3 appointments.
That's new.
Yeah, that's JourneyBuilder. You're welcome, Karen. Let JourneyBuilder handle your busy schedule. Karen didn't hire a web designer. She didn't watch 47 YouTubes. She used JourneyBuilder's AI studio. And right now you can try the whole platform free for 30 days. Start your free trial. Build your site in the time it takes Gary to find a clip art wrench. 30 days free. No tech degree, no crying. Karen's calendar is full. Yours could be too. Gary, the free trial is still open.
looking at all the comments. Very, very engaging. Yeah, you're back. Okay, I'm glad everybody's back. Can you hear me? Everybody good? Cannot hear me. Can't hear. Shoot. Okay, still can't hear me. Hang on. 1 second, everybody. Oh, you can hear me now. Okay, my video is back. Audio is back. Perfect. All right, I'm back. Thank you. All right, sorry about that. I'm glad you guys love that commercial. So I showed you how I created the script, right? And it was just a lot of finesse. Remember, it took 10 hours. The script took like 5 minutes. Well, how do we go from 5 minutes to 10 hours? Well, when I went into Google Flow and I started wanting to build this, it was a different commercial. Let me go get the one with Linda. This one was local JourneyBuilder. Let me share my screen. So then I came into, yeah, this is it. So then I came into Google Flow. All right. Oh, good. Avanice, you got a prompt. All right. Awesome. I mean, you did that. Yeah. Kira says you offer classes on this. Yeah, I'm trying to do one right this minute, but we're also going to have all of this in the community. If you haven't joined the community yet, it's our free AI community. We posted the link earlier, but we'll put the link back in for sure. And if you pay me to do it, it won't likely get done. It would be a lot cheaper than hiring a video production company. So it would be kind of thinking me of the middleman. I would do it. I'm just kidding about it not getting done. I would be happy to work with you on it. You would need to have your own Google Omni plan. I would probably only do it if you had an ultra plan, which, like I said, it's going to be $100 a month. I would then be able to help you because you have to work on your avatar and a lot of things. So I could do a class on this or really work on it with you. But I'm going to show you, like I showed you how we got the script and the scenes. Now I'm going to show you how I built some scenes, and the community link is in there. Thank you, Avanice. You got it. Avanice Avanice might be working harder than RC today. Just kidding. But yeah, we could definitely, we can definitely help you join the new community. We'll have this recording in there. All right. So I'm going to show you a couple of really cool, neat things that you need to know. And let's see. So the first thing I showed you earlier, when you get into your account, you're going to want to create your avatar. All right. So the avatar is important. I think if you're doing this in Gemini, you're going to have to create kind of a video of yourself and say, this is my avatar. I don't think Gemini's app is going to allow you to put in an avatar yet. May have to wait for Google Vids for that or have an Ultra account, but you can definitely put in a video of yourself and then say, hey, this is my audio and video. I want to show me in this particular scene, right? The avatar style makes it a lot easier. I will say that. And how did I manage to remove the Flow logo? If you're on a free plan, I don't believe you can remove the Flow logo. If you're using Google Flow, I think it will show up on the free plan. But you said you actually have credits. I didn't have to do anything to remove the logo. Maybe that is a limitation of that, right? That could be because you had said you get 1,000 free credits, and maybe that's something you get the free credits as long as your videos get the Flow logo on them. Anyway, so you create your avatar, and then I would go to uploads. Let me go back to like the bottom. Look at that. That's fun. That's the funniest screenshot. It's still loading these images. Oh, these are the uploads. Okay. So you upload your video. Down here in the bottom is your chat. See, it says, what do you want to create? It's just like chatting with ChatGPT or Claude, right? You have your chat. Agent is kind of an assistant. It's an agent that can help you edit clips. And when I open Agent, it opens on the right side of the screen. Actually, after I type something, it goes to agent mode. But you tell it what you want to create. And here, when you hit the plus sign, this is where you're going to have any images you want to use, any videos you want to use, or scenes that it creates. Because every time it generates a scene or a clip, you decide whether you want it or not. I'm going to show you some of the settings there. Voices. Now, voices are not your voices. There are a whole bunch of preset voices that you can use. And this is what I was talking about earlier, where it didn't get my voice right. I'll show you how I did the workaround so that it got my voice right in a second. Characters are cool. You can actually create characters. I'll show you some in a minute. And then the avatar, you can add it to prompt, or you can just, like if I was down here and I type at me is the avatar, and it'll say, you know, use at me, and it puts it down here. And then uploads are any type of media you want to upload, like a video upload, a logo, right? Another character reference. So what I did, you'll see down here, it says scene 1 video, this bottom one here, I clicked on. This is what I did. I recorded a video. I recorded audio of me. It was about, I think it was 10 minutes. No, it was 10 seconds. Yeah, I was going to say, if it was 10 seconds, it's muted, but I'll show you what I did. I recorded myself talking into my computer. Somewhere is a plumber who can fix my toilet before my wife leaves me. His website says he's open. The map says he's closed. His phone number goes to a fax machine. A fax machine. So if you guys remember from the commercial, that was one of the lines from the commercial. I wanted to say that line in my own voice and in the stressed out, you know, the same style. I wanted the inflection to come across. That's the way I got my voice into the video. I would say use this voice, and I would do at scene 1. So me, and use my voice from at scene. Oops, did I not pick it? It was at scene 1. Maybe it wasn't at scene 1. I might have already clicked it. Let's see. I might have already used it. It might have already picked that up. Yeah, I think I clicked it earlier. Let me see. Yes, I sure did. At me. Oh, now it's not coming up. Am I just skipping it? I had the scroll. I hope I didn't delete it when I played it. Anyway, so that's how you get it to use your voice. All right. You say you want to use this, and I recorded the audio, but you can't upload an MP3 audio file. So what I had to do was, when I recorded it, this is really, really important if you want to use your own voice. For right now, the avatar is adding voice. So I think when Google Vids gets it on or around July 14th, you should be able to just not have to worry about this process that I'm talking about. It should pick up your voice automatically. It's you have to convert the MP3 audio file to an MP4 video file, right? So all these videos are MP4 or .mov, I think, even if you're on Apple, I think it's .mov. But the way you do that is you open up any video editor you have, CapCut, Clipchamp, Premiere, iMovie, or whatever Apple has these days. I don't know. You just open it up and you add your audio file to a new video project. And then you export the video project, and the only thing you have in it is the audio track, and you export it as an MP4. Then you can bring it in here and tell it to reference your voice. All right. I'm hoping that makes sense for everybody. But convert your MP3 to an MP4. All right. Not difficult. Takes just a minute. All right. Then what we have to do is we have to start building our scenes. So what I did is I would go to Claude and I would say, here's my scene. Actually, let me go down a little bit further because I think I figured out a different way to do it. Yeah, here's dialogue 6. That was a tricky one. This is all I did. You take your scene, copy, right? And then I come back over into Flow, and down here, I paste it in. Title, Karen has a line out the door. Exterior shot of a busy, warmly lit salon. Cars wrapping around the building. Line of happy customers. Sign on the window said fully booked this week. Camera, this is Karen 3 weeks ago, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is the only scene I forgot to use my voice. So there was actually a narrator on that scene. That wasn't me. But what I can do is I can go up and I can find the scene. Oh, sorry, that's the actual movie, videos. And you can see how many times it took me. Let me close this. Oops. Clicking the wrong buttons here. Let's go back. X. All right, so you can see how many times, like, look, it was messing up. So just so you guys know, this is why it takes 10 hours. Sometimes, look at that. Did you see that video? Like, I kind of hugged a man and he disappeared. Watch this. So the AI is gonna make mistakes. So you really have to finesse it. And I had to tweak my prompts to get it exactly how I wanted it. Sometimes less is more. Don't try to be very overly directorial and descriptive and get it to do every little thing you want, because it's going to, oftentimes it'll make it worse. So I really had to finesse everything in here. But here's the Karen's creations one. And you see the first time I did it, it looked like people were like lined up on both sides and it didn't get it right. This one.
This is Karen. 3 weeks ago, she answered 3 questions about her business. JourneyBuilder's AI studio built the rest. Now, half of Greensboro is trying to get an appointment.
Right, so that's it. 9 seconds, 9.23 seconds. And I could take that clip and I can edit that clip a little bit. I can cut it down. Maybe I only want 3 seconds because, and then I want to create another clip to kind of match it up. And then you add it. If I go back here, it puts all your videos here. And I actually went from this one over to this one. You can click on these 3 dots in a video and you have add to scene, add to prompt, download it, publish it. So any of these little scenes are like their own movies. If you add it to your scene is what's building the whole video. So you have your videos, which are your clips, which are scenes, basically. They're 10-second clips. But you're going to add it to a master scene. You see here I have 11 videos in this full video clip. And it just adds it as the next piece. It's a cut. Now, I want to show you some settings. Inside the agent, when you're building your videos, you have a couple of different options. You have 16:9, which is like what YouTube will use. It's the horizontal landscape full screen video format. You can also do 4:3, which also works more for like social media, but it still keeps it horizontal. I think 4:3 would be like 16:12. So you have 16:9 and then 4:3 would be like 16:12. So it's a little bit closer to square. It's not quite as widescreen. Then you got 1:1, which is a square. Then you got 3:4. So it goes just the opposite. If you turn it vertical or portrait, right? Then you got 3:4. And then you got 9:16, which is the tall, thin, like for Instagram Reels. All right, so you can choose your size. You can also select how many video outputs do you want when we generate this. You could say, Just give me one, give me the best one, or you can get 4 or 2 or 3. But you could say, how, it's going to use more credits. It's going to use 4 times the credits to do 4 outputs to 1. But there's a better chance that one of those 4 is going to have exactly what you want, because it's basically generating the video 4 times from those instructions. So you'll get 4 similar outputs, but one of them will be better than the rest, and you can use it. I typically just do 1 at a time and then tweak it. Very rarely do I need 4 to get it right. So I like using that one. You can also say for images, what model do you want to use? And you can say Nano Banana Pro or 2 if you have it. The defaults for me, it's 16:9 and it's 1 time, right? So 1 video generation when I put in my prompt. And then here's the neat thing. So you'll see there's Omni Flash, which is what I said earlier. It's the latest and greatest. It's what I built all these in. It's the latest model. It's kind of Nano Banana Pro. It's like Claude 4.8, max. It's, the different models of generation. Omni Flash is Google's latest and greatest. However, if you're using Omni Flash, there's a couple of features in Flow that you can't use. One is to extend a scene to make it longer, and the other one is to jump to another scene where it looks like it's a better fit, it's a better cut. Not so much concerned with you guys knowing that, but I do want to point it out. If I chose VO 3.1 quality as my video model, I would have the ability to, let me see if I can show you one. Go to video. And it's me in a suit. If I choose, actually, I think I'd have to do a new one. Let's see. I'd have to create a new video. You'll have these 2 options. One will be extend and one will be jump to. All right. But what I did is I copied and pasted my script into here. Into the little chat down here. I used agent. Here's where I think I can change it to VO 3.1 quality. You can give your agent instructions, but you just put in your scene, just copy and paste it, and then you work with it. And like I said, the first video that I did, I think took 14 hours. Then the first one I showed you today, which was my second or my third one. Anyway, I don't remember specifically. It was the first one took about 14 hours. The second one I did took about 10 hours. Third one I did took about 8 hours, right? So you have to invest the time and you have to be patient and you have to really know what you want, but use Gemini and use Claude to help you. With Gemini, if it gets it wrong, you can use the agent and you can tell it what it got wrong. Right? I think I can show you my prompts in here too. Yeah, so right here, you can see I was trying to edit it in the agent. I was saying there should be no voice that says you have 0 new inquiries. It was doing that. Gary also does not speak. There's no dialogue until Jay walks into the frame. And so I was trying to get it to edit it. Sometimes it's better to just do a new frame generation and just work on your prompt. The other thing I do when I do this is
start your free trial. Build.
Use the logo and the URL, get JourneyBuilder.com, remove the other imagery from the screen. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll use @me more than once in my prompt. Like @me is saying this, @me is saying this, but the keys that you need to get your head wrapped around here are every scene should have the scene, the title, or the overall scene 1, the title, the scene, the dialogue, and the transition. All right, really important. Title, scene, dialogue, transition. And then you can start to build it. You may have to tweak. Sometimes the dialogue won't be perfect. You're going to have cuts. If I told you guys how much material goes on the cutting room floor in every movie, commercial, video production ever, right? You always talk about it. Oh, it didn't make the cut, or it didn't, it hit the cutting room floor, right? Because it was thrown out. This is no different. If you're going to do video, you're going to have a lot of bad blooper videos or bad reels. You lost me again, Clovis? Am I here? I also should be here. Everybody hear me okay? Clovis said they lost me again. Heather said I'm good. Okay. Clovis, I'm sorry. All right. So if you put the title, the scene, the dialogue, and the transition, all right, great, Avenis. Thank you. All right, D. You should be fine. And you may just want to, you may just redo it. But again, think about it. Guys, 8 hours, 10 hours to make a minute and a half. Is it worth it? I think so. You're trying to get your name out there. You're trying to get your brand for 8 hours. And let's say you bought the Omni Ultra plan or the AI Ultra plan for 1 month for $100, or you got a pro plan. Let's say $100, and then let's say 10 hours at $100 an hour. That's $1,000 if your time is worth $100 an hour. So you got $1,000 plus a month of the Ultra plan. So for $1,100, you can make a commercial that you can run anywhere online with the chance that it may or may not go viral, but something you can be proud of and put on your website. I put this on my website, right? So that's really it. Now, I did say if you don't have Flow or don't have access to Google Flow, come back over. Oh no, I think I just closed Google Flow. Hold on a second. I think I X'd out of it on accident. There we go. If you can't do Google Flow, here's another option for you. Inside Gemini, I'll show you one that we did yesterday. I was doing a creating video for virtual assistants. I'm building a course right now. Heather's actually building most of the course, but I'm doing some videos. So I did a workshop yesterday for a lot of virtual assistants who are in Nicaragua, and they all get placed with different companies around the world to do things like marketing and operations, administration, bookkeeping, all sorts of different tasks. But they all want to learn how to bring AI into their skill set so they can be better VAs for the people they get staffed with. So what we did is I went to, this is how you can do it in Gemini, by the way. And this, I'm going to show you exactly how to get past this. So the first thing I wanted to do a little clip from a bakery, and we needed to create the bakery. So first thing I did is I generated a sample bakery logo for a modern upscale urban bakery that also sells coffee. Duh, right? Like, is there anything fancy about that prompt? No. If somebody's trying to sell you a book of 1,000 prompts, just don't buy it. Please don't buy it. Don't. People will sell you prompts all day long. You don't need it. Look, it generated this for me. The Rise and Grind, established 2023, bakery and coffee company, urban bakery, artisan coffee. Perfect. I don't need much fancier than that. I was trying to do a quick image and video and show how to generate images and then how to show videos. So then I said, all right, I need to use this logo. So I downloaded the logo. Now I said, a candid photo of a bakery owner handing a coffee across the counter. Warm morning light, shallow depth of field, shot slightly above eye level, vertical, 4:5, leave clean space in the top third for a headline. Okay, this prompt right here covers three things. You have basically the same as a video. You have your scene or your topic, right? Then you have your settings or all your lighting, depth of field, all that. And you can ask Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT to give you these things, to generate the image, give you some camera settings that you might want to use for this setting. Then also vertical, so the size, you typically want to put the size. And then any extra instructions. Leave clean space in the top third for a headline. If this was going on social media, you might want to have that room to put like a text overlay. Now, Gemini can also create a text overlay, but yeah, I could have said put this in the top third and had text, but some people might still want to use Canva just to get it right. Maybe they want to use a specific font. So this is what it generated. Okay. Now you see it used the bakery logo that I had created. I added it and said I want to use this logo. So it matched the logo, the feel, put the logo on here, put the logo on here. I noticed a couple of little typography issues, which it still will do. So I wanted it to change and fix it, and it did in the second one. Okay. So now I was also showing how you could add something to the picture. Somebody was talking about editing. So I didn't use it, but I just put need to add a sugar container on the right side of the counter. And this is what it gave me. It gave me the sugar counter right here, but it put a spoon in there and there's holes on top of the sugar container. So I was like, that would be ridiculous. So I could have kept editing, but it was a short workshop. So I went with this. Whoops. I went with this picture. Okay. Then what I did, because when you generate a video, you want to use in Omni, you can use 3.5 flash. It will use Omni. Okay. If you have the paid version, it will use Omni, not VO 3.1. Then I just said, animate this still image. Okay. Right in Gemini, you can do this. You go to create a video, animate this still, a slow, gentle push in. The coffee steam drifts upward, subtle, natural motion, 8 seconds, vertical 9:16. Okay. So Instagram reel. This is what I got, an 8-second video.
Enjoy your coffee.
Thank you so much.
Now, I'm going to stop it right there because this is where I would end this scene. The video, I'll show you what the other 4 seconds, the rest of the 4 seconds look like. This is the trick. When you're building scenes, the whole scene may not be perfect, but you might be like, oh my gosh, the first 4 seconds is great. The second 4 seconds is garbage. Well, just cut it. Just when you put it in, just cut that scene. In any video editor you use, just cut those 4 seconds out and then build your next clip. So I'll show you what happens if we continue, because watch how awkward this gets. He picks up the coffee, looks at it, holds it. They're smiling at each other. Then he puts it down and walks away on the counter. Like that wouldn't have happened. Right. So what you do at that 4 second mark, as he's picking up the coffee right there, you can cut to a different scene. And when you use those scenes together, you just create the next video and say, all right, I want to continue from this scene. And the next scene is this. Right. So you can create entire 8-second clip videos throughout the whole, your whole production, and then use a tool like CapCut, or what are the other ones I mentioned earlier? Soon you could use Google Vids. I mean, you could use Google Vids now to do this, but you'll have the avatar ability soon. You can do, you can use, what is it, Adobe Premiere. I don't know, any video editor. CapCut is a common one for your phone. And then you can just start building out your videos. Now, if I wanted to use myself in the video, and this will be the last thing we'll go over, and I'll definitely answer any questions. But if I want to use myself in the video, you have to give it a good reference. So either upload a video of yourself or some pictures of yourself, and probably an audio of yourself as well. Avanice, can you say cut at the 4 second mark? That's a really good idea, Avanice. Let's find out in real time. How about that? Can you cut this video at the 4 second mark? Let's find out. It's a great question. I put that up on here. Avanice is wondering if we could do a little bit of video editing right inside of Gemini. Now, here's the problem. Okay, I see what it's doing. It's regenerating the whole video. So no, it will generate a 4-second video, but it's going to get it wrong. I have a strong feeling. So the answer will be no, you can't cut it. You can say, can you cut it? But I don't think it's going to work. But we'll see. We'll make sure. We'll see what happens here. That's a great question, by the way. I didn't even think to do that because I haven't used Gemini for editing as much. But great question for anybody that wants to use it for editing. I think it's just regenerating a new video, and the 4-second video could be completely different. And I liked that one. So the good news is they're all saved in your chats, and you can just download your clip, right? So you just download the video, share it via Google Drive, but you download it, and then you have all your clips, and you can put them together in your video editor. Let's see. Is everybody, I know I'd said this week isn't going to be one that I'm going to be teaching you how to go do something, but that I wanted to really show you how I did something to show you what's possible. Is everybody good with this week's webinar and enjoying what I've been going over? Give me some feedback, because I know it's a little different than what I normally do. All right, let's see, because it looks like it might be close, but not the same way. So let's see what this one, oh, it still says 8 seconds, Avani. So 8-second video. So it's not 4 seconds. Let's see what happens here.
Enjoy your coffee.
Thank you so much.
Now, see, it just basically regenerated the same thing. Yep. Just a little bit different start. So a lot of info, Meg. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, John. Glad everybody's really enjoying this. So Avanice, you want to use a video editor, and I hope you guys make a video, try to make a video. Let me go over some last little notes here, because I showed you Flow, and then I showed you using Gemini app, showed you how to do scenes. Okay, so ingredients, let me go over this with you. Ingredients was, remember in Google Flow, I'll go back over to Google Flow. In Google Flow, I click this plus sign. Okay, this is basically, you may see it, it's called like ingredients. Think of it as making a video. It's putting a recipe together to make a meal, right? So an ingredient is a reusable reference, something you can use over and over again. It might be it's an avatar, it's your voice, a character face. I didn't even show you characters. Let me go to these characters. You can also create characters so that it can be reused. So if you want to put characters in your video, you can actually do that. It'll generate a prompt, and then you can actually use a sample, or you can generate your own prompt and create a reusable character. So if you want to have somebody else that you're talking to throughout the video, you can do that, and it will you can put other characters. It can also create characters in there, but these are all parts of your ingredients. Your ingredients are everything: audio, pictures, images, videos, everything that you're going to want to reuse inside of your videos. Always reference the ingredient with the @ symbol. And so every scene pulls from the same look. Yes, I'm looking at my other screen. I just want to make sure I go over everything with you guys. And a lot of this should be in your reference download that RC put in. A lot of it should be in there. If it's not, or you have questions, go to the community, and I'll do my best to answer your questions about that. I can't wait to see the videos you guys create. I love doing this on Friday because I know what you guys will be doing during the weekend now. Also, here's a tip. A sharp, well-lit reference photo will produce consistent results better than a blurry one. So always try to get your best, sharp, well-lit photo to create your character. You can even have Gemini or ChatGPT or Nana Banana or ChatGPT or whatever create a character reference for you, because it does a really good job of generating images, right? Here's the other thing too. Your very first scene, generate that first scene and kind of use a director's prompt, not necessarily a whole description. So like subject, action, environment, lighting, style, camera move. There's also ways with VO3 that I won't have time for today where you can do like frames to video. But if you start with an image or a video or an avatar, it's always going to work better than if you just start with text, a text prompt, right? So give it your best image of any characters you want to use. I mentioned in here that if you're using, let me go to a new project. Also, there's something called Flow TV, which Google has, which is a bunch of videos that people make with Flow. It's a fun watch for a few minutes. If I go to create a new project, and then we'll start wrapping it up. So I can create a few versions of an image. There's keyboard shortcuts like using the @ symbol. But if I go to VO3 quality, I believe there, yep, and use @me. Oh, it only comes up after I generate the scene. I can then use the extend command or the jump to. Extend will extend the scene. It continues the same action by reading the final few frames, and then it will generate more. So it's a good way to go from 10 seconds to 20 seconds. And a lot of times, if you don't have much direction there, it's just going to do like a natural progression. So you might only need, if you need like an extra second or two, extend is good, but you can't use extend if you're using the Omni model, the latest model. They don't have extend for it. So distinction there, right? But they do have it for VO3 or 3.1. It's a command to extend. So if you want that shot to keep going a little bit longer of a single take, you can use extend. If you're building an Omni, you can't do this. And then jump to, if you're using, say, in VO3, you can keep your subject's look, but move them into a new setting. So it's a good way. Now, Omni does this jump to very well anyway. It keeps your character consistency really, really good. But jump to is the way to do it on the previous model, which uses less credits. But you can cut to a new location with the same character or product. Maybe you have a product that you sell and you want to show it sitting on top of a turntable, and then you want to show it sitting on a blanket on the beach. Like jump to would be the way to do that. Again, if you're using the Omni model, you can just add the next scene and then splice them together. And then add scene drops a brand new clip into the timeline. So you're adding your scenes and building out all your scenes. All right. Let's see. I think we've got everything. I think I covered everything. Always try to direct and not describe. Remember I said earlier, the more you describe, the worse it's going to be. So you want to direct it. You can even use Claude when you're generating everything. Say act as a director, right? Don't describe everything, because the more you describe, I had said 3 phones. I wanted 3 phones with this one lady, and it gave me like 4, and she was holding one and then picked up a magic one that appeared, and it was like she was like juggling phones, and I'm like, I'm trying to give it too much. I should have just said she's answering a phone while another phone is ringing. Boom, would have been good. Make sure the video is the right aspect ratio for the platform you want it to go on. YouTube, 16:9 or 4:3, unless you're doing YouTube Shorts, which then you're using vertical. Reels, TikTok, you're using vertical, 9:16. Facebook, Instagram, you can do square. Right, square is kind of the way there. Or you could use 4:3 for Facebook as well. So just know the platform and how you should do it. In the beginning, you might want to generate a few different variations. Remember I said you could do up to 4 variations and pick one. In the beginning, you might want to do that just so you see kind of how it all works. Maybe the first couple, you just do a couple variations and pick the best one. And then I think that is everything for today. Let me see if there's any further questions that popped up in here. All right. A lot of info. Alan, you missed half of it. All right, well, I'll start over. Hold on, we're going to start over. Oh, I promised you the third question, the third video, the third commercial that I made. I want to show you the third commercial. Avanice has a quick question, though. Claude created an actual document entitled Video Commercial Production Package. Should I use the document or just copy details from chat? If it created a document like that, if you're using when you're using Claude, I would avoid using Opus 4.8 for this, because Opus 4.8 is going to create documents and assets. It's designed to be that big builder of artifacts. You can use the Sonnet model, and it will just kind of give you just the chat. I would use the chat. If you use a document, fine. If you can copy and paste from it, like open it up in Google Drive and copy and paste. I like using chat, though, because you can tell it to edit this one section or redo this one scene, and it will do it without having to redo everything. So I would just copy details from chat. That's what I do. I hope that makes sense. This is not HeyGen, Alan. This is actually Gemini, Google Gemini, using a tool called Google Flow for video creation, and their newest model, which is Omni. Now, HeyGen, I believe, has Omni in it, but that's a whole nother ballgame. I want to go back and take another look at HeyGen. If you guys missed it, was like week 2 or 3 or 4, somewhere early on, maybe 5 or 6. I don't know. This is like week 23 or 24 now. HeyGen is a video tool that we've used, and now they just updated their latest model. But I don't think the video editing capabilities are nearly as good as this. But you can do your own avatar in there now. So you could also look at using this in HeyGen and using the Omni model if they have Omni in there. I know they have a new avatar model. If they allow you to use Omni, just look at what the costs are, because you probably don't get nearly the amount of credits. Everything's tokenized, right? You got to pay per use, right? So, yeah. So, let's see. Oh, it was Sonnet 4.6. Yeah, you shouldn't have expected the doc. I wonder why it created the doc automatically. Maybe it's on 4.6 Max or what are the new Claude models? They have like an effort level. Let's see. Opus 4.7 extra. So if you use Sonnet 4.6, there's an effort setting now. There's low, medium, high, and max. I wonder if max will create documents. You could just say, keep this in chat and don't create an additional document. 4.6 low? Wow. I'm surprised it would create an external document. That's surprising. Oh, Alan says, I'm loving Omni. I've made mad videos already. Yes, sir. Alan is a great client of ours, runs an awesome store, mattress shop in Abilene, Texas. If anybody happens to be near Abilene and needs a mattress, there's only one mattress shop in Abilene, Texas that anybody should consider, and that would be Alan's. Also, they have another shop, his business partner, in Bossier City, Louisiana. We've been working really hard on that. So, I always tell people, if you need a mattress, you go to Mattress by Appointment. But Alan, thank you for that. All right. I think I've covered everything I want to cover. So really important. Next week, it won't be a webinar like this. We're going back to the Zoom style setting. It's not truly Zoom. It's a Zoom style setting. It's in our community. If you guys haven't been in the community yet, I'll show you what it looks like. This is our new Learn AI for Small Business community. See, Avanice is in here. RC posted some stuff about today's workshop. We have 19 members. I have like 300 on our Facebook group. I want to get them all moved over here. We have 19 members in the group and adding more. If you guys are not in this group yet, we want you to. I want you to join. And I know we put the link in earlier, but I'll put it in again. I know Avanice was doing it. There's an invite link coming through. All right. I want you guys to join the group. It's free. and we're going to be putting everything in here. But one of the things that we're doing is next week on July 3rd, because I know it's one day before the 4th, we're going to be creating it today. We're going to have an event in here. So if you go to events, you'll be able to get the link to the webinar. Next week's webinar is not on this broadcast platform. We're going to talk like Zoom, like think of it as a Google Zoom or I mean, not Google Zoom, Google Meet or a Zoom call where everybody's going to be on camera and chatting. All right. We're going to have a conversation. You guys are going to ask me questions about AI. I'll show you things. We'll go through whatever topics I've covered. We'll go through them in real time, interfacing with one another for next week. So that one will go up today in here with the link. And then 2 weeks from now, and the reason I'm doing that next week, if you missed the beginning, is it's July 3rd. I don't know how many people are going to be around that next Friday. You might be heading to the beach for the weekend or to the mountains or just not working or something. So I figured I don't really want to produce a whole webinar right before a national holiday. It just makes sense, right? I mean, a lot of you might be saying, I'm not going to be there next week. So that's cool. So 2 weeks from now, we're going to start talking about AI in your operations. And that might be a multi-week series, but we really want to get into AI is cool for marketing. How do we use it in our day-to-day life? Start talking about agents and what they can do for you and how you can run them on a schedule and how they can analyze your books and how they can give you direction and guidance and, do things on your behalf, right? They're all out there. Answer phone calls, answer Facebook messages. We're going to talk about operational AI 2 weeks from now on July 10th. And so stay in touch, join that group. Thanks, Avanice. Got the link to the link to the community. Please join the community. It's the only way you can get on next week's call is if you're in the community. It won't work. If you just join the link we put out to join the webinar, we're always going to put the link to the community first. Join the community, then you'll be able to access the webinar. You got to be in the Cool Kids Club. I mean, I'm still trying to get into that club, but the rest of you are 19 of you are in a Cool Kids Club, and I hope someday I'm as cool as each and every one of you. But yeah, we're going to be moving as much as we can over to this. And Avanice had a wonderful idea last week. When you get into the group here, we now have this new community, the community section, right? It's open for everybody to introduce yourself. Tell us what you do, right? Maybe somebody else in the community can send you referrals, or maybe you have a referral for somebody else. Let's get to know each other. This is a real community that we're trying to build here. And Avanice, thank you. Avanice helps business owners increase their profit using no-cost strategies. Who doesn't want that in their business, right? So let's come in, go to the community, introduce yourself, and then we'll see you again next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. I do appreciate everybody. I hope you enjoyed this format this week where I could just show you what's possible. Sorry it wasn't as much of a how-to this week, but there's a little bit of a how-to, right? I talked a little bit about how you can do it. That's it. Have a wonderful weekend. I can't wait to see you guys back next week. And in the meantime, I can't wait to see you in the community. Let's see if any of you took action already. Let's see. I'm going to refresh. Might have to let people in though. 20 members. Somebody took action. Yes. Thank you for whoever just signed up for the community. D, have a great weekend. Avanice, God bless you too. Keep safe. We'll see you guys next week. And feel free to stay in touch throughout the week. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks, Susan. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Bye, Susan. Bye, D. Bye, Avanice. And then I will end the stream now, but I really do appreciate all of you.